I've never day traded in my entire life, from watching Wall Street Bets posts of people losing their entire life savings from day trading, to seeing day trading gurus flexing their Lambos, Rolexes, and fancy houses. I'm deciding to give it a try and day trade on the Webull app to try and beat the performance of my favorite ETF, that being Vanguard's VOO. Now, VOO invests in the S&P 500 index, comprised of 500 of the largest US companies, and is considered to be one of the best wealth generating tools to become a millionaire, and it also happens to be my largest position in my own stock portfolio. So over the course of this challenge, I'm going to be comparing my own performance to the S&P 500 or Vanguard's VOO, and we're going to see whether $10,000 invested into day trading will make us more money, or if investing that $10,000 into the S&P 500 will make us more money. Now, before we get started, we have some trading rules. Our first is that we're going to be using options trading as our main strategy. Now, what options are is basically leveraging your position 100x. So we can make super high gains. However, we can make super high losses. So basically, if I think a stock's going to go up, I'll buy a call option. And if I think a stock's going to go down, I will then buy a put option. Now, I don't ever recommend this strategy to anyone because it's extremely volatile and extremely risky. Like literally you can lose all your money. Rule number 2 is that we're going to be full porting all $10,000 into every position. Rule number 3 is that we're going to be paper trading because no one in the right mind should ever risk this much money, especially when you're options trading. And rule number 4 is that we're going to have 3 days of trading to beat the S&P 500 or Vanguard's VOO. And with that, let's get started. So on my first day of day trading, I spent it researching stocks, reading stock market news on Seeking Alpha, as well as looking at Wall Street analyst reviews on Seeking Alpha to see what stocks are hot and what stocks are not. And pretty much trying to learn everything about options trading and day trading in less than 24 hours. So at the end of the first day of our challenge, we obviously made no trades today because we spent most of the time researching. So we had a net gain of obviously 0%, while VOO or the S&P 500 had a return of 0.92%. So if we invested $10,000 into VOO, we'd already be up $92. So on day 2 of this challenge, I decided to day trade 6 stocks in hopes of making some good profits and some quick gains. So the first trade I took was on QQQ, which is an Invesco ETF that tracks the NASDAQ 100. So I bought a lot of call options on this stock. I bought a ton of call options. I thought the stock price was going to go up, and it actually did. And I sold it for a quick gain of $539 on these option contracts. The next stock that I day traded on the day was AVGO or Broadcom, which is such a great semiconductor stock. Now I bought a ton of call options and I sold it for a quick in and out gain of $275. The third stock that I day traded was Amazon, and Amazon needs no introduction. I thought the stock price was actually going to go down for once, so I bought a ton of put options and I sold it really quickly for a $200 gain on this day trade. The fourth stock that I day traded was AMD, which is a semiconductor stock. Now I bought a few call options on it and I sold it for a quick gain of $126. Now the fifth stock that I day traded was Apple. I bought this in about an hour before market closed, and I bought a ton of call options and I sold it right in and out for a quick gain of $110. Now the last stock that I day traded was Milla. Now I bought a ton of call options and I sold it for a quick little gain. Then I hopped in another trade with it and I bought a ton of call options again and I sold it. However, during these trades, I lost a ton of money. In between, I lost over $500, but I held it and I waited for the option price to go up. So I did sell it for a great gain of $531. We did close out this challenge with a great gain of 17.81% on our very first day of day trading options. Now we gained $1,781 over the course of these 6 stocks that we day traded. Now the S&P 500 or VOO did gain 0.66%. So after 2 days of day trading and VOO's gain, VOO has gained 1.58%, while we have gained 17.81%. Now, if we had $10,000 invested into our day trading strategy, obviously we would be up $1,781. And if we had $10,000 invested after 2 days into VOO, we would be up $158. So on day 3 of this challenge, I decided to day trade Microsoft. Now we bought a ton of put options, hoping the price was going to go down, which it did. And then we profited on our options trade, $800, which is our highest gain of this whole challenge. I then hopped in on a ton of Tesla calls, hoping that Elon Musk would pull through and have us get some huge gains. However, it was such a volatile stock that I was losing a ton of money, and at a certain point I didn't know that I wasn't going to make any profit, so I sold for our first loss of the whole challenge, which is a loss of $572. Unfortunate, but we are up quite a bit of money. The third stock that we day traded was Google. Now we bought a ton of call options on Google, hoping to make up some of the losses from Tesla. However, we are up on the day and we ended up making $350 from that loss from Tesla. So I did break a rule on the fourth stock. I decided to trade stock shares instead of stock options on Upstart. Now I bought a ton of shares on Upstart and I sold it for a quick gain of $286.29, which is not bad considered it is just shares, which is way less volatile than options. So now at the end of day 3 of this challenge, we ended up making $864.29, which is a gain of 8.64%. Now the S&P 500 or Vanguard's VOO ended up gaining again on the third day of 0.11%, which is a $11 profit from $10,000. So in total, we did take, like I said, 10 trades. So you can see on your screen my Webull account with all the trades I did take. And at the end of it, for my first time day trading, I had a gain of $2,645.29 from an account with $10,000 paper trading. And we had a gain of 26.45%. Now the S&P 500 or VOO is an investment that I do take as well. And over the course of the 3 days that we day traded, VOO gained 1.69%. So if we had $10,000 invested into VOO, in 3 days we would have gained a great return of $169. Now would I ever do this again? Definitely not, because studies have shown that more than 97% of day traders actually lose money over time, with less than 1% actually being profitable. Sure, you can make a few $100s or even a few $1,000s from the people you see online day trading, but the risk really isn't worth the reward, as you could honestly lose a ton of money. And honestly, I didn't know why or even how I did so well. 95% of it was luck, 5% was honestly just probably the stock gods blessing me with some great trades. But seriously, I didn't even know how I did so well. I was expecting to lose a ton of money, and this is definitely not a strategy that I would do long term or even in the next, short term day. I would never day trade again. I would always put my money into ETFs and stocks that do have some great returns like VOO. Now, I do have a large position in VOO, and on your screen you can see my Vanguard account. And as I dollar cost average into VOO, we can see my balance keep on going up to $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 to what it is now at almost $15,000. And even the returns are great as well, as it might be a low return of around 8 to 10%, including a dividend. However, you can see that our returns are a lot more reliable, they're a lot more stable, and we have a return right now of over $2,883.29. And honestly, that's all money that I've earned passively. I've done nothing but sleep, continually invest, and I do nothing and let all the 500 companies do the work for me. Now, I would rather do this over a long period of time, as it can make way more money versus day trading, which could be super risky and volatile, and you could lose all your money. If you ask me which investment I would choose, whether to invest $10,000 into day trading or $10,000 into VOO, I would definitely choose to put $10,000 into VOO, because at the S&P 500's annual return of 10%, if I invested $10,000 right now, today, and never invested again for the next 40 years at a 10% estimated interest rate, if we compound that annually, in 40 years, I will have $452,592.56 just from doing absolutely nothing and letting the power of compound interest take over from my investment. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like it, please give it a like because this cute puppy did. And comment down below an ETF that you are investing in for the long term. Ever day traded in your entire life? Comment down below how much money you've actually made and or lost in your day trading process. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Continue to crush in the stock market and take it easy. Peace.